Okay, bedok wheel. Only bedok wheel or some other stuff?
There's another one, but the other one I didn't print it out.
You didn't print out. Okay, good. So let's start with bedok wheel first. Okay? Okay. So, any questions that you don't know how to do? 没有啊. Okay, which is good. Which is good. So your this one I assume is for session B or paper 2, is it? Okay. Okay, good. Let's start with the harder question first. So let me get this. Try to. Go in. One piece only. One piece only.
Yeah, because there's only 2 questions at the back.
Oh, okay, 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 good. Yep. All right, here it is. Okay, good. So, can you see?
Yes.
Okay, so make sure you can see. If not, just you can either take a seat, then you can sit here, then from this angle. Okay, but yeah, I will leave it to you. Okay, over here. So, okay, the question here, right? The first question here is about opening the brackets. So, which one you need to open first? That's the main question. Okay, please follow their. Okay, so when it comes to set 1, right, you need to follow their way of using brackets, because okay, so they use this bracket here. Okay, this, okay, to me, okay, this is a small bracket, this is a medium bracket, and this is the large bracket. Okay, this is the way I name them. This is the small bracket, this is the medium bracket, so this is the large bracket. So in a way, right, so if you have the small, medium, and large, right, they are all brackets. So which one you do first?
Small.
Yes, so that's the reason why I want you to start using these 3. Stop using the small bracket for all bracket, because if you have, can you see over here? You see over here? You use the small bracket for both, which is kind of like confusing. Okay, so you for set 1 and above, start using small, medium, and large to to tell people which one you do first. Can you follow? Okay, so it's important to start using this. So in a way, right, they have started using the medium bracket here also, right? Okay, so look at this. The first thing you do is the small bracket, which is here, right? So you open the bracket, you get minus 6x, right? Okay, so you are wrong because maybe you did not use the right bracket, or you didn't follow the bracket. Can you now do a correction for this question? Okay, start using one of these brackets. Okay, stop. Okay, I want to see every single step. Okay, and plus, hold on, before you do plus, please show me the arrow. If you need to use the arrow to open the bracket, show it. Okay, can you? So do it step by step and never skip any step, and show the arrow. You can use a pencil. Okay, you can use a pencil. Okay, by the way, you have not reached a level that you are so good and then you don't need the arrows, and you can skip steps. No, you have not reached that level yet. Okay, you are not good at that level. I mean, you are not good enough to skip the arrows and steps. So show me every single step. Can you do it now? Yep. Can you pass me the rest of your homework so that I can scan it and beam it to my. So when you're done, you let me know. Are you done? By the way, speed up, okay? You are not here to waste your time. You are here to make progress. Just one A, or just one A first. Okay, good. So, what's your answer?
Negative 15y plus 16x.
Let's take a look. Okay, add it together. Okay, so the okay, let me just copy. Okay, so I just have to change your this question to this bracket, the medium bracket. Okay, so the first thing you do is actually you need to do this bracket because it's a small bracket, right? And then you have these small brackets, right? Can you see? So in a way, right? So when you have small bracket and small bracket, so you do from left to right. Okay? So that means we are talking about same priority, then you do from left to right. Just like minus and plus. So minus and plus, they are of the same priority, right? So you do from
Minus from left to right.
yeah, left to right, regardless. Okay? So if you have a divide and times, you do from left to right. Right? Okay? So if you have times and minus,
Times first.
yes. Okay? So you need to know this. This is, by the way, is I think it's P3 level of mathematics. So the priority of operation. Okay? Bracket first. So now I see two small bracket here. So when you have two small brackets, what you do first? You do the left to right first, right? So in a way, you should do the first bracket first over here, right? So if you do this, you open the bracket here, you will end up with, so the rest you just copy down, okay? Very simple, just copy down. So over here, you open it, you get minus 6x, right? Alright? Okay, then just copy down the rest. Okay, you have to follow the rules, okay? Next, you have a medium bracket and you have this small bracket. You should do the,
Small bracket first.
yes, so this one, copy down. So the one that you don't do, you just leave it. So over here you open, you get minus 2x plus 6y, right? Can you get this?
Yes.
Then the last thing you do is you open this bracket, right? So you open is minus 21y, then this is plus, right? Minus 3, minus 6, right? Plus, right? So you underline similar term, okay? So you get 16x, then you get minus 15y. That's how you get the answer. Are you clear? So you see, okay, to be very frank with you, you have no major problem in mathematics. But what's your problem actually? Do you know what's your problem? Why you can't score in mathematics? If until today you don't know, that means something is not right. What's your problem in mathematics?
I don't know.
Do you have major problem? Do you have concepts problem?
No.
Okay, then what's the problem that cause you not to score in mathematics? Why you always score like 60, then yeah, sometimes 50, then seldom 70? Why? What is that hurdle? What's that hurdle? What's that bottleneck? What's wrong with this? This is a small representation of your why you can't score in mathematics. What's the problem here? Your first attempt.
The brackets are wrong.
And then, if the brackets are wrong, and then?
Never times properly.
So if the brackets are wrong at first, then of course, you can't do it right? Because basically, you started this question wrongly. So you had a wrong start. So if you had a wrong start, everything else behind will be wrong, right? Make sense? So why you started wrongly at the beginning for this question? Rules. You need to follow rules. Okay? A lot of times, be it this question, be it the one with the minus here, and later you need to. Can you see the minus here? What you need to do?
The bracket.
So what is the problem?
Never put bracket.
No, that's not a problem. Because over here you can put the wrong bracket, over here you can never put bracket, then the other one you can do something else. What is your major problem? Sum it up. What's your major problem? What's your major problem? Here put bracket wrongly, here never put bracket, then maybe later times wrongly. What is this kind of all this kind of problem? Sum it up.
Careless.
No, it's not careless. There are rules you need to follow and you have to follow. If you don't follow rules, that means you are basically breaking the rules. When you break the rules, you'll be punished outside. If you don't follow rules in mathematics, you will be punished when it comes to your score or your result. We like to break rules. Oh, unless you tell me you don't know the rules. Do you know the rules or not? Do you know the rules? Do you know the rules in mathematics? And you know the rules, you have to follow rules, right? But every single time, how many times you talk about this? How many times? Minus sign behind must put a bracket. How many times? How many times?
I don't know.
Give me a figure. More than 10, less than 10.
Less than
Less than 10? You dare to say less than 10? How many lessons? Just for this month only. 3 times a week. How many weeks?
12.
At least 3 weeks. 12 lessons, right? 12 lessons, right? This month alone. 12 lessons this month alone. Before this month? How many times we talk about this such question? More than 5 lessons, right? I guess. More than. 12 plus 5, 17. I'm not talking about, we always talk about it. You better, you put your calculator down. You don't distract me, okay? So basically we have about 17 lessons. And among these 17 lessons, I guess, yeah, about 10 lessons, you encounter questions like this. And sometimes you get 2 questions in 1 lesson. So you still break rules after 10 lessons of talking about the same thing. There was no progress. This is called there was no progress. You know what's progress? What's progress? Improvement. Are you progressing or you are digressing? Or regressing? Digress means go sideways. Regress means go down. So which way you are going now? Which way you are going now? No one wants to raise the voice. No one wants to scold you. But if you keep making the same mistake again and again, like more than, like you say less than 10 times, I will say almost 10 times already. Okay, why? Like almost 10 times and you still make the same mistake again and again. Why? Explain. Why? Answer me. Why?
Because it's hard.
Minus sign put bracket is hard. Repeat.
No,
This
it's
is
hard to remember the.
by the way, today there was no camera, but this is recorded. Repeat again. It's hard to remember. Minus sign put a bracket. It's hard to remember. Then what is easy to remember? Yeah. How many things I asked you to remember? So far. Set 1. Term 1, term 2 already. How many things I remember? I have your mistake sheet. I have the mistake list. How many? Roughly? Less than 10? More than 10?
Less than 10.
Less than 10. Term 1, term 2, less than 10. Am I asking too much from you? This is recorded. I'm okay to share this publicly with other students. Term 1, term 2, half a year. Oh, by the way, this is June already, more than half a year already. I ask you to remember less than 10 items. Less than 10. In 6 months. More than 6 months. So is it hard to remember or you are the problem now? Or you refuse to remember? If you refuse to remember, I ask you to remember 3 things you also cannot. If you refuse, ask you to remember 3 things also cannot. Okay, by the way, what you remember? Okay. So since you don't remember this, what you remember?
First number plus difference times n minus.
There's one formula, very
cross
good.
Multiplication.
Yep.
Cross multiplication.
Cross multiplication, very good. Yep, 2 things, very good.
The triangle for distance time.
Oh, that one is P6 already. That one you remember by yourself, okay? By the way. That one I never asked you to memorize. That one you remember by yourself already, the triangle. I said the one I asked you to remember. Two items, yeah.
The inequality sign.
Oh, okay. What is so special about inequality? Good that you mentioned, yeah. Yeah, come.
In the end, must change the sign.
When?
After times or divide the number, both numbers on both sides.
Number. Okay, this one cannot.
Must change the number. Must change the.
No, you don't get it right. Continue.
The when moving the number to another side,
This is,
that
you
is
remember
not an
this?
equation. Don't
Yeah.
need to change the sign.
Again.
Moving a number.
Yeah, it's called moving. I don't use the moving term. I use the word term moving. The keyword is moving. When you don't need to change sign. I did not use.
When it's not an equation.
But I use the keyword. The keyword is not move. By the way, you need to remember my keyword. You don't use your own words, okay? This is not for. It's not like. It's not for you to summarize my keywords. So you remember these two. You are talking about this. Okay. Basically, this is equal to this. I guess you are talking about this because you just want to move it in front, right? This is called what? This way of doing things is called just one word. Rearrangement. Okay. Rearrangement. No change sign. Okay. I count this in. Okay. As you remember. Okay. I count it in. Okay. Even though you cannot remember the keyword rearrangement. So rearrangement, no change of sign. Okay. Good. Next. What else? You remember.
M is equivalent to.
Before you talk about M, you need to give me something first. Otherwise,
Y equals to mx plus c.
Okay, very good. Okay, continue.
If the number is like.
You can give me an example, yeah.
Y equals to 1x plus 2. M. Oh, 1 represents M.
Can you just make it short and sweet?
1 is equivalent to 1 is equivalent to M.
Yeah lah, but can you just make it mathematics? You sound very
M.
English, huh?
1 equals M.
Where got 1 equals to M? M equals to 1 lah.
M equals to 1. C equals to 2.
Okay, good. Fourth. Okay, you remember fourth. Okay, continue.
Can use the simultaneous equation to find out coordinates of something.
That one not in the mistake list yet, but that one, yes, we talk about it, but that one not. We have not focused on that one so much, especially for the past 1 month. I mean the holiday month. We have not talked about that. Remember when can cancel the denominator and when cannot?
When there's an equal sign, we can cancel the equation.
Okay, so
but without the equal sign, cannot cancel.
very good. Okay, this is you remember it partially. This one equation can delete. Maybe every time I should test you on this. Delete the denominator. This one expression cannot. What else? This one partial. You remember it partially. What else? Of course, the minus sign you must put a bracket, right? Right? No, straight away. When you need to put a bracket again?
When there's a minus sign at the front.
Yep, something like this. Okay, so over here
You put a bracket
you put a bracket for what? For which one?
over minus 2. Replace A with minus 2 and then put a bracket.
Something like this? Okay, next. 还有啊 B and C 呢
B put minus 3, C put 4.
B put what?
Negative 3.
Okay,
C put 4.
okay.
And then put a bracket over the 2.
Put a bracket over here. Okay.
square root, and cube root.
Oh, that one is basic stuff lah. Oh. If we talk about square, the opposite of square, of course, is opposite of square is square root lah. Because square ma, right? I mean square, of course, square root lah. Makes sense, right? Cube, of course, cube root lah. Right? This is basic, super basic, like cube root, and then square root. Of course, you won't tell me cube is shoe bag. Doesn't make sense, right? Right? So this is quite straightforward. In a way, no need to remember also. It's very straightforward. So if they ask for perfect square, you use square root. If they ask for perfect cube, you use cube root. Very straightforward. Okay, so basically, so far, term 1, term 2, more than 6 months, I will say I asked you to remember like 7 items. 7 items. 6 months. Hard to remember. 7 items. 6 months. Almost July already. So I count it as 1 item 1 month. Is it hard? 1 item 1 month. Some more you are sec 1. 12 years old, 13 years old. For 13 years old, 7 months, 7 items. You tell me hard to remember. So is it reasonable to ask you to memorize just 7 items in 7 months? Now the question is it reasonable? Answer my question. So do you still acknowledge, oh, it's super hard to remember these 7 items? I'm given 7 months, I still cannot remember. Do you still agree with this statement? It's hard to remember. Come quick. Is it hard to remember? Come on. Quiet means it's easy, right? Quiet means easy to remember. Easy or not easy to remember?
Can find my.
Wait. I don't know what's both. That means you're trying to tell me sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. Can you just put it outside? Yeah, thanks. 7 months, 7 items. If you still tell me it's very hard to remember, then I would think that I don't know why you are studying already. You don't, basically I would say you don't meet the basic requirement. 7 months, 7 items. You don't meet the basic requirement. Or you are expecting one year, 1 year 1 item. Then what? By the way, the first number, that one, the number pattern one, this one is P6. Okay, it's P6. I ask you to memorize it in P6. Some student P5 they started already. Okay. So in a way, you stop making excuses. Can you? 7 months, 7 items, too little already. Accept the fact that you refuse to remember. Then 3 items also a lot. I still remember, like maybe 2 weeks ago or something, you say, yes, I remember this. I mean this. And a few attempts, you remember. But today, wrong again. There was no progress. There was no progress. When there is no progress, what you have done is actually, okay. You are trying to build a house with bricks. Okay, one by one each day. Then suddenly you say, ah! And again, redo. Ah! Then redo. Is it very fun or not, this kind of process? Is it very fun? Then just remember it once and carry forward. Carry forward means do the right thing. Carry forward, learn new things. By the way, other people they have started learning new things already. My other students, they are learning new things, inequality, and move on already. While you are still then back to square one. You are the only student who tells me it's very hard to remember for the minus sign behind the bracket. Okay? So good that you talk about inequality. The inequality, remember, the inequality is switch inequality sign when times or divide by a negative number. You did not mention a negative number. You say just number. So, what about this? Two x divided by 2, what do you get? X. 6 divided by 2, 3. Do you switch the sign?
Yes.
Why?
Because must switch the sign after divides.
Read the statement.
By no.
Why no? Why yes?
Because it's not a negative number.
So you switch or no?
No.
How long it takes for you to remember this statement? How long? We talked about it last week. Today is the second time. Let's see how long. I don't fault you for today you get this wrong. Because we talked about it only last week. And you still make mistake today. Okay, 2 times. Okay, fine. Move on. But until the 5th time and you still make, or until the 3rd time, I think more than 3rd time you are already crazy already. Is you refuse already. Okay? If you refuse, no one can help you. Okay? So what's the statement when it comes to inequality? Short and sweet.
Switch the inequality sign when it's divided by a negative number.
Just divide ah? Only divide ah?
The number is divided or times by a negative number.
Very good. So the key is times or divide by negative number. Sweet sign. Simple and sweet. Don't give me long-winded sentence. I don't like it. Okay? Okay? Some mistakes are forgivable. Like today's inequality one. Okay? But if we still talking about inequality after the 3rd, the 4th, then it's unforgivable. Just like the minus sign, you better quickly change that question. So the major problem with you is you never follow rules, or you don't even remember the rules. So the way to correct your this major problem is remember the rules and follow. That's all. Remember the rules, follow the rules. You should score 85 and above. Okay? And you need to score, okay? You can't slack off anymore for your term 3. Done?
Done.
Good. So basically, what's your answer?
58y minus
58y minus 64x.
divided by 45.
Okay, good. Let's take a look together. So basically, your mistake start from here because you don't have the bracket, right? Then the rest is just let me double check. You put a 5. Okay, it's 30y. Then it's a plus 28y. Okay? This question is correct. What's wrong with part 2? The same thing, one of the rules. What's wrong with part 2?
Must bracket
Bracket what?
the minus 4.
Yes, why? Why you need to bracket the minus 4?
Because then it will only square the 4.
Yeah. So basically, when you are doing all these questions, by the way, these are called repeated questions. I purposely choose this set of papers so that you get tested the same thing over and over. So I want to test you on all of these rules. Switch inequality sign when times or divide by what number? Negative number. Only negative number only. Then the square root, this one no need, this is too simple. Then for this, you see, this is rule 7. I mean, in this case, it's rule 7. When you sub in, this is called when you sub in, right? You have to put a bracket for the negative number. Alright? Rule 6, in this case, is rule 6. When you have a minus sign, anything behind, bracket it. I purposely give you all this so that you get the repeated questions and you get tested. I'm not giving you new questions, right? If I give you new questions, if you don't know how to do, forgivable. I give you repeated questions, same question, and you don't get it right, unforgivable. You shouldn't even forgive yourself if you make mistakes like this. One of these 7. You shouldn't forgive yourself. We're not talking about rocket science, like super hard mathematics. No. The major problem with you is you don't remember the rules and you never follow the rules. Either one. Sometimes both. It's dangerous. Are you supposed to walk across the red light? Are you supposed to walk across the red light? You see, if you don't remember rules, let's say you don't remember, oh, red, I don't care, just walk across. You get an accident. Very likely. Or you cause a traffic jam. Can be. And it's fatal, by the way, if you're not lucky. So you really need to think. In life, you need to follow rules. If not, you will cause accidents. Or it's fatal. And in mathematics, it works the same way. There are rules, you need to remember them, and you follow them. By the way, we are talking about 7 rules out of 7 months. It's not a big ask from you, okay? 7 rules, 7 months is not a big ask. Okay? It's a very pleasant ask. Okay? Very pleasant request. Not at all demanding. Far away from demanding. We're not talking about asking you to memorize a few pages. No. 2 slides. By the way, I already spaced out so much. That's why 2 slides. This slide and this one. I already spaced out so much, Only 2 slides. I could have easily fit them all into 1 slide or maybe half slide. You have to get these 7 rules right and follow them. Can you do it? Okay? I don't want to have this kind of scenario again. The red one, collapse. Black one, again. Yellow one, collapse. We need progress. Progress means If today we build one, the first floor, tomorrow, second one. At least we build something, we build it up, okay? Not like, everything, psst, no more, psst, no more, psst, no more. Always go back to square one. It's very demoralizing for you and myself. You don't score, and then later you say, I cannot get promoted. Okay? You don't score later, your mom keep asking me, hey, what happened to my daughter? And you cause stress to your parents also. And later your parent need to go to your form teacher, and then you cause stress to your form teacher as well. They have to what? They have to create extra remedial lessons for you. Did they? Huh? You said the holiday they ask you to what consultation?
I asked myself.
Yeah lah. So in a way, add on lah. Right? Well, by the way, if you know all these rules, you score. Do you think you need to go for extra lesson? No. You don't need to come Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday. You know, if you score 70 and above, I don't think your mom will be so stressed. For mathematics, I'm talking about mathematics. Okay, if you score 70 plus, there are no add-on consequences. No extra lessons with your form teacher or mathematics teacher. No Tuesday and Thursday coming to my house. Can rest at home. Play phone already can. If you score 70 and above. You look at all these consequences, one after another. Okay? If you do well, full stop there already. No more consequences. Now you have a lot consequences. A lot of extra efforts needed. Both to your form teacher, to me, to yourself, to your mom. Or maybe to Nancy also. Sometimes Nancy also ask, this Wednesday I went to Nancy's house. Nancy said, you are quite forgetful. Then I said, why? Then she said, you seem forget some of the concepts. Okay, yeah, now I get it. This one. The 7 rules. Yeah, now I start to appreciate why she said you are forgetful. And by the way, when you are forgetful, okay, you can be forgetful, but just 7 rules. Just these 7 rules. Just these 7 rules. Just don't be forgetful when it comes to 7 rules. That's it. Oh, by the way, there's an inequality today. 8. Okay? But the first number plus difference, that one is a P6. So I don't count that in, okay? Like the what distance equal to speed times time, that one is also P6. I don't count that in. So basically it's like less than 10. Can you get it right every single time for just this 10? Other mistake, forgivable. This 10, this less than 10, no. Can you do it next time? You need to do it. Not hard. Just less than 10 rules. Seriously, just less than 10 rules. If okay, I used to be a student. If my teacher gives me just 7 rules for the entire semester, semester means half a year. Okay, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Oh, 7 rules or 8 rules. Okay, I can score already. Okay, you need to nail it. Nail it means you need to get it right every single time. Alright? Okay, move on. You see, once you get it right, the rest is all. So basically, if you get the brackets right for part A, the rest I don't need to talk about. If you get the bracket right, I don't need to talk about. Okay, if you remember the bracket, you remember the right bracket, you can get the answer easily. So it's not about concepts here. It's not about concept. If it's about concept, means that you get the bracket, you also get it wrong. It's never about the concept here. For you, you have no problems with concept. Your problem is the 7 rules and you go and forget those. Okay? 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 Good. Next. Okay, so question 2, you just punch the calculator and you should get the answer, right? Alright, just punch in the calculator. They ask you to write the first five digit, so first five, okay. Then they say three significant figure. So three significant figure, which one is the first one? This one is the first one, right? Okay, what's so important about significant figure?
It's the first number that is not zero.
Okay, first non-zero, yes, very good. Okay, good that you remember. So all these basic rules you have to remember. Once you remember the basic rules, right, you score. It's just as simple as that. So second, third. So you need to give a third. Okay, hold on. Just so they say the three significant figure means. So you look at the fourth. So the fourth give a one, right? Then therefore, okay, good. Okay. This one is also easy. So a parameter is plus together lah, right? So once you plus together, you need to simplify. So yeah, bracket. Then you need to open the bracket. So very good. Very good. Okay. So you see, okay. Okay. Don't you feel? Let's say this is a test for you. Let's say this is the test. Okay. And so far, what I observe is you score for 4 marks. Score. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you score 6 for question 2. Let's go to question 1. Wrong. So you get 8 out of 8 ma. This is 2 ma. 2 plus 6, 8. So this is how many mark? This is 2, 3. So it's 5. This is total is 9. Okay. 8 out of 15. Just passing. Just passing. But things could have been very different if you use the right brackets. You don't have to look at me, you just look at them. If you use the right bracket, things could have been very different if you put the bracket. That means remember one of the rules. Minus must put a bracket behind, right? And then for this one, you sub in a negative number 4. Negative 4, right? You have to put a bracket there, right? Right? So you get back 2, 3. Okay, let's just 5 mark lah. 13. 13 out of 15. What's the percentage? Can you help me out? 13 out of 15. Compared to just the passing. 13 out of 15, what's
86.
the percentage? 13 out of 15 is 86. You see? You just have to remember the basic rules and follow them. You get 86%, which is what we want. If you get 86, give away 26 to your other subjects. Very comfortable position. You are in a very comfortable position. You don't have to get so stressed, like wow, science also cannot make it lah. Then what, English also barely pass. Then higher mother tongue is just pass. And then you need to face scolding from your I don't know whether your form teacher or your mother or your father. I think your mother is definitely. And then you don't need to get beaten up for nothing. Remember, just follow the 7 rules. Your life is so pleasant. So pleasant. You can get back your phone. You can get back your iPad. You can ask for 1 hour iPad usage every day. If you score, yes. If you score, the condition is to score. And by the way, it's very easy to score. Just 7 rules so far. Okay? Don't make your life so difficult. You make your life difficult, adults will make your life even more difficult. So stop making your life difficult. Just remember the 7 rules, then you start to score already. Once you start to score, if I find you okay, maybe I can talk to your mom and say, yeah, just give her like an hour of playtime a a day. 86 for mathematics, the rest, bring it up to 65, clear, then your life is very, very comfortable. Can you do it? And no need to give you extra homework also. So many questions. What for? I give you extra homework because you need it. You still make mistakes like this. If you stop making this mistake, I will stop giving you this extra homework. I will just tell your mom she's good enough, no need. But the problem, I cannot say this to your mom because you can't make it yet. Can you prove to me you can make it, and then I will stop giving you extra homework. By the way, I also don't want to give you extra homework. I need to go and search for homework. I need to go and design homework. It takes a lot of my time. Okay? So we take a 5-minute rest, then we come back.